Our affordable housing coverage continues. We told you about the Alexandra Apartments in Walnut Hills being bought out by the Redevelopment Foundation earlier this month. That actually saved dozens of seniors and people with disabilities from being pushed out of their homes. The sale also preserved the building's affordable status. New at 5:30, we have had a chance to catch up with the people who lived there, the developers and the advocates of the sale. Reporter Monique John shows us why this is such a big win, a huge win for affordable housing in Cincinnati.
George Smith describes the moment he heard about the Alexandra sale as a major milestone in his long, full life.
It was one of the happiest days, though, that I've had for a while because we've been so worried about where we were going to live and how we were going to get the money to relocate.
It took over a year for the Walnut Hills Redevelopment Foundation to succeed in acquiring the Alexandra on William Howard Taft Road. The RF was already a stakeholder in the property since the building was rehabbed as a senior living facility with 85 units in 2004. But a judge had to approve of the RF's move to buy the building in full after it went into foreclosure. Keeping the building affordable was a key part of the deal.
Who would we be if we couldn't protect the most vulnerable?
Samantha REEVES, the head of the RF, was thrilled once the decision was finally ruled in their favor. The battle so hard won, REEVES fought back tears as she reflected on the organization's victory in saving the homes of nearly 100 people.
We have to protect those legacy residents. We have to protect existing affordable housing.
Especially in revitalizing areas like Walnut Hills. Advocates say preserving the Alexandra has larger implications for the city of Cincinnati, saying,
there is upscale housing being developed in Walnut Hills. And while that's going on, it's also important to add to the amount of affordable housing that's in that neighborhood. So we end up with a neighborhood that is good for everybody and does not result in gentrification or displacement. And that's always been the concern of the residents at the Alexandra.
Advocates explaining further that rescuing the building strengthens the precedent for protecting low-income housing in other upscaling neighborhoods.
We definitely see it as our role as a neighborhood CDC to take these critical risks and make these critical investments, similar to how we bought the former Kroger building for a large sum of money. So whenever we can insert ourselves and preserve assets and protect the neighborhood, that's where we step in.
But she says the RF isn't set up to own a large-scale housing development and won't be involved with the management of the property. Rather, the model group, the entity that actually put forward the funds to achieve the acquisition, will maintain the property and lead renovations in the long-term future.
The best urban revitalization efforts should include a mix of uses and a mix of housing for in different incomes, and I think this is a really key piece of that. This is a key affordable senior piece that is hard to replace, so we're excited to have it.
The Alexandra is to stay affordable for another 13 years. Smith says he looks forward to the future decades he expects to stay in the building and is grateful to the RF and the model group for taking up the cause.
I feel like what I saw now, that there are some people out here that cares. That there are some people out here who wants the same thing, equality for people, black or whatever color.
In Walnut Hills, I'm Monique John, WCPO 9 News.